What are some of the weirdest services that you can buy online? Well, you'll have to watch Stream On to find out. Woo, hooty hoo! What's going on, you guys? Welcome to Stream On here on the Stream.tv. We are your one-stop shop for social networking, peeps, and we're here to deliver you the latest and what everyone's talking about on social media. I'm your host, Brooke Bergstaller.
And I'm your co-host, Zeus Campbell. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful show we have prepared for you guys. But we want you guys to chime in on us on Facebook, Twitter, stay in the conversation throughout the show. And we're about to jump into Facebook with the beautiful Miss Brooke Bergstaller.
That's right. Did you guys know that Facebook is the 6th most valuable company in all of the United States of America with a net value of over $350 billion? Mark Zuckerberg is doing just fine, you guys, and it's thanks to trending stories like these that keep Facebook afloat. So here's what 1 million of y'all are talking about on Facebook right now, and of course it has to do with the new iPhone, because apparently y'all hate the iPhone 7, but you're loving on the iPhone 8. So apparently iPhone 7 sales are coming in a lot lower than expected, and Apple has actually had to cut some of their products to suppliers in order to decrease the demand. Now everyone is waiting for the iPhone 8, and that's why they're trying not to buy the iPhone 7, because this new iPhone 8, look at it, it looks so sweet. It's gonna have a glass case, it's gonna have no headphone jack, so just kidding, you're still screwed there. But there's also going to be a wireless charging option, which is so cool. So I love when the future arrives right on your doorstep. Are you guys buying the iPhone 7, iPhone 8? Let me know. And in the meantime, I'm gonna let y'all know about this little doodad. So for all of you sports lovers out there, probably not me, but for you guys, the Fiesta Bowl is upon us. It's the greatest sporting event in the century, or at least of college football season. So the Fiesta Bowl is going to be airing on TV December 31st, so you guys cannot celebrate New Year's. And we've got a game between Ohio State and Clemson. Who do you think's gonna win? Do any of you guys care? And of course, this Fiesta Bowl is brought to you by none other than PlayStation. So not Tostitos this year. Yeah, I guess you could say that this is a dude's event. Pretty safe to say that. Now, another trending story with over 200,000 people sharing this right now across the world, the Time magazine has just dubbed their 2016 Person of the Year, and guess what? It's not you. I'm so sorry in case you thought it was you. It's actually the Indian Prime Minister, and I need to get this name right, Narendra Modi, and forgive me that I actually didn't know who he was before today, but that's okay, maybe some of you did, because the Time Person of the Year is always based off of votes, and Modi received 18% of the votes, more than Obama, more than Trump, more than a lot of other people. He's quite the controversial leader in India, so it looks like no one is happy with the leadership in their country, so don't feel so bad over here. And yeah, I guess he had a pretty big global impact, so you guys can Google him to make yourselves sound smarter. Now here is a gross one for you. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to share this. A veteran in Oklahoma was found with maggots in his wounds, you guys. So a 73-year-old man was in a hospital, and right before he died, they found maggots in his wounds, and when they were found, 3 of the registered nurses attending him at the hospital actually resigned. Apparently, he was refusing some treatment to his wounds, but it's so disgusting, and we need these pictures to go away. So instead, let's talk about this story that 25,000 of you are sharing right now, that it's snowing in Hawaii! How exciting! Now, I've never been to Hawaii, but maybe I could finally afford a vacay there now that it's snowing. Apparently, it's actually quite common for it to snow in Hawaii on the highest mountaintops, but right now there's 2 feet of snow, which is a record level, and it's very deep snow, so I love this so much. I mainly love that I could afford a plane ticket there. Zeus, who is talking about all these stories on Facebook today?
Whoever's talking about it, they're gonna go to Hawaii. They better have a coat, some Ugg boots, a hat, and everything. Well, we got a couple of people talking about it. Jay Nix is talking about it. Mitch Kulig, D Nice, Karina Rose is talking about it. Miss Issa Walker, May Ronchi, Bronfmu. These are the people that are talking about it. Very, very enthusiastic. So make sure you go leave a comment about these stories. And yeah, Miss Brooke Bergstahler.
Yeah, I love that. I love the name Bronfmu. Dude, you're the man.
I didn't
walking
know.
around.
Yeah, that's a real name.
Yeah.
People really.
I'm gonna call you Brom from now on.
Oh man.
Well, that's all the Facebook stories we have for you today. But again, comment below. Let us know what you're thinking. What are you sharing? And you can find us on Facebook at The Stream TV.
That's right. Now it's time for one of my favorite sites, Twitter. I'm a hashtag fiend, and you guys know I love movies, I love TV shows, anything that deals with movies, I really, really like it. So my first hashtag is passive-aggressive films. So these are people that are taking their favorite movie titles and making the movie titles passive-aggressive. Papa El Loro said, "I don't know what you did last summer. I wasn't invited." That was a good one. Hashtag passive-aggressive films. At the Zen Teacher said, "Stand by me." Not too close. Passive-aggressive films. And author Marissal said, "Speed." Or don't. We're going to be late either way. Hashtag passive-aggressive film. If you haven't seen that movie Speed, you really need to watch it because it's one of my favorites. Moving on, hashtag. We got a really, really good hashtag here. World AIDS Day. Everybody's supporting and showing their support for such a good cause. Celebrities are actually coming out and showing their support. Miss Rihanna teamed up with Prince Harry and got tested to raise her awareness for hashtag World AIDS Day. And I love the way that celebrities take and use their influences to influence other people because it's very, very important. But she's not the only celebrity chiming in on it. Mr. Channing Tatum did a one-up on her, and he actually has a contest going on for people who actually go and take the AIDS test, support it. You can win a free trip with him to Vegas. That's right. And you know, after you just got done and you got your test back and you're negative, now you about to go with Channing Tatum. Win-win deal, ladies. And lastly, Miss Lenny Itzen says, "World AIDS Day reminds me how Clinton's foundation helps millions with medication while Trump's foundation helps Trump buy paintings of Trump." I think that's pretty accurate. Good job. Let's move it on with the hashtags, guys. Hashtag nothing says the holidays like. So everybody knows the holidays are coming up. We got some pretty cool ones. Official Salij said hashtag nothing says the holidays like all these couples being in love yet you're still single. Yes, hashtag petty but true. Good job. At Hannah Williams 08 said hashtag nothing says the holidays like awkward family gatherings. Yes. Aunts and uncles you haven't seen in years, people looking terrible, want to be in your business. And finally, Alex Mommy V1 said, hashtag nothing says the holidays like watching Home Alone. Yes, my favorite movie. Yeah, actually my top 3 favorite Christmas movies, Home Alone. Come on, it's a classic. And finally, this was my favorite hashtag. I had to say this for last. Hashtag Trevor Noah. Listen, I tip my hat off to you, brother. And listen, Trevor Noah is really settling to his own in The Daily Show. He had controversial host Tommy Lauren. If you don't know who she is, she has her own show called The Blaze. And it's a very, very interesting show. She has some interesting opinions, mostly about African Americans, but I'm going to give you some topics and quotes that she's had on her show so you can get familiar with her. She's called the Black Lives Matter movement, the new KK, or KKK, thank you. Also partly blamed the 2015 Chattanooga shooting on President Obama's Muslim sensitivity. And she's also come out and declared Colin Kaepernick a whiny, attention-seeking baby. Aren't you a pleasure? So basically, Trevor Noah invited her to the show so she can explain her platform, and just like I thought he would, he destroyed her. He was asking her questions about her position, about how she, about why she felt the way she did, and she just wasn't making any sense. And I love when you get people in front of a camera and you ask them simply why, because she had no answer. She was just kind of just babbling on and on. It was beautiful. She canceled all her other interviews in New York because she took that L from Trevor Noah so bad. So. Thank you. Yes, she was supposed to go to the Breakfast Club. She was supposed to go all these different places. She shut it down. She said, I cannot take this anymore. So good job, Trevor Noah. Tweeters that are talking about this that actually gave him a lot of praise. Garam Bushu Oh, that hurt. People who say they're colorblind, as ridiculous as that sounds, should have no business talking about racial issues. Hashtag Trevor Noah Show. I agree. And at Sabrina Lucas 528 said, Tommy Lawrence says she's not racist and she doesn't see color, but every video I see of her has been her criticizing black people. I think that's very accurate. I think we all can agree with that. But go check it out. And that's all we got for Twitter. But we want to hear your hashtags. Tell us what you thought about ours and reach out to us on stream.tv.
I love that song so much. So for all of my IGers out there, my Instagram fan, do you want more followers? Well, I'm gonna tell you 3 of the most popular hashtags that you can use to get more Insta famous. So our first one is hashtag InstaGood, and then hashtag me and hashtag cute. So use those 3, and then when you blast off and get all these brand sponsorships, you can call us on Stream On and personally thank us. But in the meantime, I'm gonna show you guys some absolutely stellar accounts on Instagram that I was checking out over the weekend, and this first one is at whatever.tv, and they've got 57.3 thousand followers, and now one more, because you're gonna follow them too. This first picture is absolutely hysterical. This is their interpretation of what it takes to get to Wiz Khalifa. That would be Urkel plus weed plus a skateboard. And then you've got the perfect recipe for Wiz. Next up, Drake. This is so funny. So this account is basically just like hysterical pictures. And this first one is Drake looking at Central Perk like, no. And then he sees the restaurant from Seinfeld and he's like, yes, this is perfect. What 90s TV show did you guys love more? Let me know. Let me know if you're following whatever.tv. And then finally, our last picture, which shows the typical Instagram picture versus real life. And in this case, it has to do with nips, and not the kind of nips that you're hoping for, but like the little alcohol nips. You know what I mean? Well, again, you guys, that's whatever.tv. They're so freaking funny, but not as funny as this account. Sorry, whatever.tv. But 2 girls, 1 pizza. First of all, the account name in itself takes the cake, or takes the pizza rather. And here we have Paris Hilton looking rough out of her mind. Oh my God, I love this so much. This is just famous girls like looking absolutely whack. And next up, the Kardashians in all Burberry. Way back in the day, they're all wearing a different Burberry clothing item. I love how tacky they used to be. Still are, but just the right amount back then. And then finally, the Backstreet Boys way back when. So thank you for all these flashbacks of all of our favorite celebs, 2 girls, 1 pizza. Oh dear, that's hysterical. And then finally, okay, this account is super, super cool. At What Are You Looking At? And this first picture are glaciers found like a polar bear paw. Save the bears. So basically this whole account is just like crazy pictures that you have no idea, like, what, is that real? Is what I'm looking at real? This next picture is a Princess Leia frog, and this is real, it's a real picture. He has little slugs around his ears, and it makes him look like he has the Princess Leia donuts, you know? Well, nature's really cool, isn't it? I love whoever captured this picture. And then finally, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Trash cans with a bunch of rainbows shooting out of it. I think this account is so rad and very creative, and if you guys have any of your own ideas for this account to feature, you can submit them, and he gives you the email address on there. So again, that's at What Are You Looking At? Give them a follow, and you know what, while you're at it, why don't you follow us on Instagram, because we've got a dope Instagram story and tons of cute pictures of Zeus and I. Find us over there on IG at The Stream TV. Yes, we dance every time. Now it's time for your daily dose of awesome, you guys. So of course we have social media to thank for keeping us all connected, but there's so much more on the World Wide Web, as I'm sure you know. Like for instance, Fiverr.com, which is a website that allows you to buy a bevy of different services for only $5. And so I went perusing on this website the other day and found some of the weirdest possible services that you could indulge yourself in for only $5, and here is what I came across. Number 1, getting someone to spy on your spouse. If you think that your beloved may be cheating on you, well, they probably are if you have that intuition. But anyways, you can pay $5 and have someone stalk your beloved and see if they're really doing the deed. Why waste money on a PI? You know, why waste money? Now, next up, if that person is indeed cheating on you, you could hire someone to break up with your significant other for another $5. That's a $10 breakup. I love this deal. I know I'll be investing this holiday season. Just kidding, love you. Yeah, I think that's probably the dopest thing you could buy on the web. And then finally, you can hire someone to dress up as a banana and yell anything that you want while on video. So me, what would I have my banana yell? Something like blazed. What? I don't know. Get blazed? I don't know. I don't know. You guys can send me better ideas to that. Here's our last thing that you can buy on Fiverr. A girl will allow you to look in the top drawer of her dresser, which she says is the place where ladies keep their most intimate possessions. But for $5, you can see this stranger's underwear and presumably a few other weird things for any of you who are feeling especially creepy and curious. Well, you guys, what are you finding on Fiverr? My friend one time for my birthday, she bought me something on Fiverr. She paid for me to have a group of 3 boys in India in a lake sing happy birthday to me while holding up a sign that said happy birthday Brooke with a picture of me. And they sent the video file. It was absolutely amazing and it only cost her $5. I love that so much. I love it, I love it. Well, you guys, send us your ideas, comment below. I know you're talking to us on YouTube right now. And again, find us everywhere with your ideas at The Stream TV.
YouTube time, that's right. This is where I spend all my time. YouTube. Okay, guys, there was a lot of great trending videos, so that's what we're gonna do. See some of my favorite ones. The first one up, Saturday Night Live has been killing with the Donald Trump impressions. Listen, they're doing their thing. Alec Baldwin does a great Donald Trump impression. They actually just had a classroom cold open Saturday Night Live sketch where basically Donald Trump was so focused on retweeting random people that he was not paying to his security briefing. He had his staff trying to explain to him all the problems, and Donald Trump was just excited about retweeting people, which they're making fun of the fact that Donald Trump is always on Twitter, yet he's the president. Exactly. Moving on, another video I saw that was very weird yet interesting. It was entitled, "Do Not Deep Fry Kirby Connect." Yes, somebody actually took a Kirby and decided to see what it was like if you fry it. This channel is actually pretty popular. The video itself has 2 million views and the channel is Guava Juice. That's not weird at all. But it has close to 4 million subscribers. He does all these insane challenges that you would never do on your own. He fills up his bathtub with random things like jelly beans and cereal and all kind of weird things that make me uncomfortable. So good luck with that, but it's a very interesting channel, and he puts up videos twice a day, 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. All right, moving on. This was a very heart-touching story. This channel's very unique. It's called Vet Ranch, and the title of the video was "Let's Change This Monster Back Into a Puppy." The puppy's name is Henry, and he was a stray, and he was just really in bad shape. Scabs all over him, so what they did, they took him, washed him up, really took care, and this channel shows, each video is about helping a different animal get back to health, and then they take the animals and help them to get adopted. So as you can see right now, this is what the puppy looks like now, all healthy after 3 months of getting that care that they really need. So if you're looking to adopt Henry, make sure you go check out the channel, and the channel is called Vet Ranch. Now, this channel I was very excited about. A guy that I ran across is hilarious to me. It's called Joe Goes. Joe is this very funny just guy who goes around the country, goes around to different festivals and conducts interviews and basically just fucks with different people. If you check out his channel, you'll see he goes to a Donald Trump rally where he gives Hillary high fives to all the Trump people. It's just so funny because he does this stare into the camera where he knows people are saying stupid things, but he does this look to the camera, to his audience that says, look how stupid they sound. I really love it, but it's a funny channel. A couple other videos he had other than the Trump rally was Joe Goes to Topless Parade. as well as Joe Goes to Rome, and he just says his opinions, but he's just really, really funny. So you guys should just check him out. The funny thing about the Trump video was that he kept saying that he had not decided yet, but the Trump rally people kept saying, "Who are you for? Who are you for?" He said, I'm just trying to do a video guy. I'm just a video guy. I love him. Please go check him out. And that's all we got right here for the wonderful world of YouTube. Make sure you check us out at thestream.tv.
Snapchat-tastic, you guys. So the Snapchat filters are out. I'm sorry, Snapchat spectacles. They have glasses now available, and I actually met someone who was using them, and they said that they only recorded in SD, but if you wanted the HD footage uploaded to your Snapchat, you had to upload it to your computer first and go through all of this crazy maze just to get your quality footage up on Snap. So do any of you guys use the Snapchat spectacles? Let us know in the comments below. I want to know about your experience with it before I buy myself a pair. But before then, let's get to the top stories of Snapchat and hear what was featured on Discover Weekly, brought to you by Daily Mail. First story of the day, Uber is tracking you along with everyone else. They're holding on to your information long after you've been dropped off. Now, for about 5 minutes after you've been dropped off, even if your app has been turned off, Uber has access to your location. They said that they're using this information to iron out a glitch and to promote safety, but I feel like they're promoting everyone's safety but yours. So if you guys want to opt out, then drive Lyft. Now, another story from Daily Mail is about a company named Miss Travel, and this is probably something I'm signing up for immediately. The company sets up attractive girls with generous guys in need of travel companions. So the dudes pay for the whole trip, and then they invite a pretty young thing to join the excursion. And this story is about a particular 21-year-old girl who met up with a 32-year-old businessman who was from Hungary. And after their vacation, they moved in together. They knew each other for 1 week, and then she moved to Cyprus, where he actually resides. So just to let you guys know, it looks like money can buy love. Again, that's misstravel.com. So ladies, sign up and get your passport stamped. Another place that you should be visiting is Portland, Oregon, because Portland has just introduced the first ever Hipster Santa, and this has made my holiday all the brighter. So he's got naughty and nice tattoos. He's wearing a trendy sweater, a natural beard, and he even has piercings. He'll know if you've been buying organic or not, so you guys better be careful. Forget leaving out the milk and cookies. This Santa only wants craft beer and vegan muffins. So you guys head on up to Portland to sit on Santa's lap, or I don't know, maybe do yoga with him or something a little more progressive. Now, another story from Snapchat Discover is from Nat Geo, National Geographic, and it's about a craze happening in the Congo right now where people are they're poaching giraffes all for one thing, just for their tail. Now, men in the Congo are using the giraffe tail as dowry in order to ask a father for his daughter's hand in marriage, because these tails are worth thousands of dollars. Weirdly enough, beyond being used for dowry, they're also used as fly swatters, so I feel like a $1,000 fly swatter is a little bit steep, but that was just a little bit to brighten up your Monday. Giraffes are dying, we're all going down. Now, finally, a great bit of information. You can delete yourself from the internet, you guys. This is happening. That's thanks to Sweet's story on Snapchat that I learned there's a company called Dseat.me. That's Dseat.me, and they're developing a website to delete your online presence. They allow you to check out a list that they've compiled of every single thing that you've ever signed up for or subscribed for, and decide whether or not you'd still like to be a participating member. I know it's probably a little bit too late for me to delete myself from the internet, but God, my mother wishes I could. Well, you guys, that is all that we've got for you on Snapchat-tastic. But for more behind-the-scenes Hoonanny and everything that we're up to here at thestream.tv, you can find us on Snapchat at thestreamtv.
I love love that dance. Now it's time for the wonderful world of Reddit, guys. If you haven't seen Reddit, Reddit is so amazing. It's so many different stories all compiled into one. Everything from entertainment to news to whatever. So now we're gonna go through some of my favorite stories that I found on Reddit, starting with one of my favorite actors, Mr. John Goodman. Now, if you don't remember John Goodman, then you've never seen the show Roseanne. He is the best. But people are saying that he deserves an Oscar nomination for 10 Clover Lane. That's right, they said the actor's performance was so amazing in it, which I do agree, that they said we want to see him have an Oscar nom. Now, if you haven't seen the film, John Goodman plays a human monster in one of the year's best supporting performances. Basically, this guy who looks kind of crazy but very terrifying, and he locks two younger adults in this underground bunker, insisting that the world is about to end. Now, everybody knows John Goodman for his persona, the father on Roseanne. Very cuddly, warm guy. That is not who is in this film. He is completely just turned the perception of him, and he is scary. So you guys should check out that movie because he's a great actor, so check him out. Now, moving on, Breitbart.com is in a war with Kellogg's. That's right, so if you haven't heard of Breitbart.com, they are a site that just posts anything that they want to, but they're very opinionated. Now, you have to understand that Kellogg's has now been going and looking at all the sites that they advertise on, and they're making sure that the values of the site matches with, you know, their brand. Kellogg has a brand to protect. So I guess Breitbart didn't like that because Kellogg pulled all its advertising off of its websites, and they did not like that at all. Breitbart is clapping back like a jealous side chick. I am so sad to hear that, but Kellogg said, listen, we regularly work with our media partners to ensure that our values align with, you know, Kellogg's is a family brand, so you can't be posting stories like birth control makes women unattractive and crazy, or young Muslims in the West are a ticking time bomb. And my favorite, would you rather your child have feminism or cancer? Yeah, I would pull my ads off your site too if you're saying things like that. Kind of creeping a bit. So moving on. Mrs. Trump, the First Lady, Melania Trump, says, listen, I'm not moving in that White House right now. I'm staying in my rich house. That's right. The First Lady says she doesn't want to move in the White House right away, and it's going to cost $1 million a day, New York taxpayers' dollars, might I add, to keep her there in New York safe because now she's the First Lady. She's one of the most important woman in the world. And Trump is getting ready to move to the White House, so they have to have security for her. And New York is not having it. 100,000 people petitioned to have the governor kick her out and tell her to go to the White House and refuse to protect her because they don't want to pay $1 million a day so she can sit in that big, beautiful house and, you know, tweet and do whatever she does, her toes, whatever. Moving on, one of my favorite actors, Matthew McConaughey, he is giving all the support back to his alma mater. If you didn't know, he is a Longhorn alumni, and he's been helping out as of recently. As you can see, he's helping students get home safely. I mean, he's very involved with the football team, but they have a program called Students United for Rape Elimination, and that's to keep students safe, make sure they get into their dorm room safely, and he's just driving around like a normal guy, helping people out. I love when celebrities go back to their alumni and really support. You have no idea the type of impact that you have. So, good job, Matthew. And last but not least, great-grandmother, an 80-year-old woman, Canadian woman, wins $50 million. God damn. Listen. This 80-year-old woman is hilarious. Her statement was, I'm too old for this. Basically, Miss Lois Olson went to her grocery store like she always does, got groceries, and then she checked on her ticket. She wanted to check on the numbers to see if she won anything. Now, the machine said $15 at first. She took the card out, put it back in. Then it says she won $500. After she took it back and put it back in again, she called for an employee and said, hey, your machine is broken. The employee looked at the woman and said, no, you won $50 million. And you can imagine the look on her face. She grabbed all her groceries, went to the car, and left. Just like a black person would do. I know I would. Listen, good job. She may be 80, but she's still intact. She said, listen, I'm gonna go home and straighten all this out with me and God. So I'm very happy for her, but she doesn't know what to do with the money. She said this money would have been way useful 30 years ago, but I'm pretty sure her grandchildren and great-grandchildren will find a way for her to spend the money. That's all we got for Reddit, but actually, let's go to Miss Brooke Birdstaller and see who's talking about all these stories.
All right. All right. Lots of spryly, is that the word, spryly Reddit users like No Name What, Random 9, Zero Cats, love that one, Florak, The Hungry Scientist, Nayhem Jr., Searchlights, Smashing Poppycock, Never Knows Best, and finally, Am Not a Robot. Well, too bad, I am a robot. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Stream On here on the Stream.tv. We are so stoked to have you here as always. And yeah, make sure that you're keeping up with us everywhere on social media at the Stream TV. But until then, till tomorrow, that's a stream off. Can't lift my arm. My armpit has a lot of